Greetings, gamers. It's time for another post-run commentary. This time it's Guardian Soul, which is a fight that is, like, completely impossible, and in fact has been called impossible in the past. But never tell me something's impossible. I spent the last 1.5 months on just this fight. Let's get into it. First of all, we once again use Revita Heart in this fight, so you'll see me get hit right at the start. The saw blades and the spikes each deal 12 damage, and the contact damage from the walls, as well as the regular bullets from some of the large spawns, deal 9.6. So in order to take 20 damage total and max out Revita Heart, we have to take 1 spike and then 1 regular hit. Also, those big bullets here, they one-shot me, so I can't ever get hit by those. We have Big Sister equipped, of course, so right now I'm waiting for my HP to regenerate up to above 9.6. And so while we're waiting, take a look at the bigs and the smalls, right? The spawn pattern is always 1 large spawn, and then 2 small ones, and then the next large. However, due to some spaghetti code and some weirdness going on underneath, sometimes you only get 1 small, and sometimes you get 3. And this matters because of some more jank, which is that 1 large fragment represents just as much fear as 2 smalls. However, it gives more score than 2 smalls by a margin of about 160. So if you look at, for example, the database, Sabima's database, the optimal score there proposes 5 bigs and 8 smalls. But if you, for example, were to do 6 bigs and 6 smalls, which again are just as much fear as 5 plus 8, it would be an extra 160 motes. Now, what I'm doing here is a reflection double kill at the end. So the goal is to get 6 bigs and 7 smalls. More on that later. Now you'll see we've regenerated enough HP, so now I can take contact damage from this big and then do a charge cancel and a charge shot. You will notice that, well, if you have a keen eye, you will notice that we have paintbrush, so this is a double charge being held. So I need to charge cancel in order to not fire the double charge. Oh, also, something that I didn't mention. At the start here, you see this small right here that's about to despawn? If I start firing and then the small despawns, we lose the chrome. So I have to wait for that small to disappear, then take damage and shoot the big. That's why I'm so far to the left here. And then I let this small escape, because like I said, we want to break fewer smalls and more bigs, because that's more score. Here I use a cute little trick where I use the backwards charge to break the small spawn, which is actually fairly efficient, if not for the fact that the last part of the volley hits the wall back here. So that's a little bit of overkill. Usually the exact kills are 12 regular bullets for the smalls, like that, and 8 regular bullets plus a non-critical charge shot for the bigs. So, like I said, we are using reflection, and so I have to go out of my way to not shoot the traps and the walls. For example, here, there's a lot of open space that I can fire into, and the bullets don't end up hitting anything. However, here, there's a saw right here, so in order to avoid damaging that saw while killing the big, I again have to go really far to the left and wait as long as possible, and then fire my shot so that the other stuff doesn't get damaged. So, some really close calls. I also made a habit of pause buffering to give myself more time to react to the explosions of the small fragments, because if you don't do that, then you just randomly die. Like, they move too fast to react to. And I don't usually like pause buffering, but I made an exception here because that was just too miserable. But again, there's a lot of open space to the left, so I can just shoot this and keep going. And now we are slowly inching closer to the end of phase 1. So We need one more big, one more small, and then we need the double kill. So I break this one. The big is right there. Again, open space to the left, which is what we want. And now we need to set up the phase shift. Like I said, I'm going for a double kill. This is why we have reflection. I want to break a large small with the forwards charge, the forwards double charge from paintbrush, and a small spawn with the backwards charge. The small, we don't need to pre-damage. It just gets one shot every time. The big, we do need to pre-damage with 12 forwards bullets or some number of backward shots. And wouldn't you know it, we get the perfect setup. This is the literal perfect setup. It is a stationary big, which not only makes it easier to shoot, but also makes it easier to dodge, because the angles and like the offset of the bullets is consistent, whereas with the moving bigs, the large bullets move in like random-ish directions. Second reason why this is perfect, lots of open space. So again, I can fire the backward shots into nothing. And the third reason this is perfect, this small is rotating around and it's going to come back around up here. Which means when it's up here, they are both on the same height and they are possible to, you know, shoot both of them at once. And not only that, but because it is moving to the right, the window for the double kill, the timing is actually wider. And so you'll see, I have my double charge now, I dealt the pre-damage, and boom. Isn't that awesome? I destroy them both in the same frame, and now it's just a matter of winning phase 2, which is actually simpler than you'd think. Because of Revita Heart, our DPS is extremely high. And because this run went so well, I still have a Chrome Heart. So even though I get the worst pattern here, this is by far the worst pattern that she does, and I very nearly die. And I in fact very nearly die again to the other pattern. I end up winning, and it's enough for the Sublime. Was that too much of a bare bones explanation? I kind of speed ran through it because I want to upload this as fast as possible. If something's unclear, please do ask me in the comments. And just real quick, I need you to hear my excitement when I did this initially. Just listen very closely, okay? There we go. That's all I wanted to show you. So it was a good yell. Me when I'm excited. Yeah, this was kind of the God run. It took me 1.5 months. Like I said, I went through multiple different builds and strategies, and don't do this. Do not do this. Do not try to replicate this. You will fail. You will fail in so many ways, and it's going to suck. Don't do it. Shamble Tower boss is coming out this week. Do not try to do this, okay? Okay, good. Thank you.